The Halo universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discoveries around every corner. With so much to explore, four friends decided it was about time that they booted up their consoles and discussed this universe that has grabbed their attention since childhood. JumperScape Audio kindly welcomes you to join them in the library.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the library.
Hi.
The show where we talk. Hey, Connor. The show where we talk about Halo. Hey, Shane. The show where we talk about Halo lore. And today we're finally wrapping up our topics. All the Halos. They're upset because you didn't say hi.
Oh, was I supposed to?
Yeah, because like they both interrupted me, like one in after another.
Hi.
There we go.
The library. That's what we're talking about. But yeah, we're finally wrapping it up, which is, actually I didn't mean it to be such good timing, but it was good timing. The game showcase happened just yesterday.
And there was so much Halo.
Yeah.
Or lack thereof.
Wasn't it so cool when the Arbiter, did that thing?
Yes.
It was like a subtle reference to Halo 2, kind of.
What a great day.
Yeah. So anyway, Gears E-Day looks kind of dope, though.
I'm sure Connor's happy.
wait.
I won't lie.
I can't-
I know how big of a deal that game is.
It's cool.
I've never been like too big on Gears, but as the years go by, the more I appreciate the
The
story.
Gears,
Well,
as the Gears go by.
isn't it great that
No.
we now get to do for an entire episode something we do every week, and that's talk about Halo Infinite? Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, James! It's my birthday.
It's just funny.
to on the day that this comes out.
It looks like you have like a king's cloak and you have your scepter and just a
It is
giant
my-
pencil.
Yeah.
Plus 300 aura.
The court jester speaks.
just to clarify, we didn't check the PO box this past weekend, so no idea what's in there right now. I'm sure that there's something interesting though.
Check back next week for the PO box.
Send Cheyenne
Ooh.
over there right now to check.
She can't drive.
What if Kyle got me a birthday present?
Then you'll have to wait until
I
next
wouldn't
week.
put it past him. Is all I'm saying.
It's just something that you ask for that's just vaguely
James dropping
No,
a
it-
subtle hint like, Kyle, buy
No,
him
it'd
stuff.
probably be like a mouse trap.
No, I'm gonna bet. Yeah, he actually got that like 100 pack of Slim Jims.
Are these good?
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
It's like the only LaCroix I've ever liked.
Go for it. Take a sippy, sippy.
Also, if you are looking to go and
Yeah,
check
that's
out any
good.
other
That's
kinda
amazing. Yeah.
sparkling waters, I would recommend Poppy,
No,
spelled Poppi for
I
some
can't.
of you.
Can't do it. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. LaCroix's pretty good too.
I just like sparkling water more than the concept of soda.
This is sparkling water.
I thought Poppy was a replacement soda.
No,
It's advertised as a replace. It's like they advertise themselves as like the next generation of soda.
you might got me. It says a time to love soda again.
This guy.
It's because it's
Is it
supposed to be
sweet?
healthier.
Prebiotic
Kind of.
soda. Yep. I've been duped.
Calling it though, I'm gonna bet
It's
it
still
is
good for you. It's not good, maybe.
It's better.
for you.
I'm just
for
gonna
you.
bet it has something like sucralose or aspartame in there. Calling it.
Ingredients:
Halo.
sparkling water, organic cane sugar,
Yes. Oh, cane
Organic.
sugar.
agave.
Agave. Okay, so
agave.
they're making some good
Juice,
stuff.
orange
Apple juice.
cider vinegar, natural flavors,
What are the calories?
citric
Probably
acid,
low. It's probably like 10.
It's got cane sugar in it. So
stevia. Still,
What is
Oh,
the
Steve,
calorie?
Why are there
Yeah.
5 different sweeteners in there?
probably little amounts of all of them, so you can still get a fully
Lime-
sweetened flavor without
lime
it.
juice.
What is the calorie count?
6.
Let me finish the ingredients.
I'm
Lemon juice.
7.
I'm guessing like 30.
Oh, lemon juice concentrate. My bad. Yeah, 30.
Wow, I nailed it.
We
That's
got
still not a lot.
That's really good for
No,
a
that's
soda.
amazing.
Considering Coke is like 100.
The thing is, if
for
you
something like that, probably like 200.
the thing is, if you
150,
drink it, it
200.
doesn't taste right. I'm just saying, you drink it, it's like this ain't soda.
I've never tried it.
I like it, but it's got 4 grams of sugar.
Well, if you went in with the mindset of this is a seltzer water, you'd probably be like
I've just
pleasantly surprised.
You would be. However, it advertises itself as a soda. You're like,
I thought it was a seltzer.
I thought it was sparkling water.
Y'all don't read the can. I don't know what to tell you. Or didn't pay attention during the Super Bowl where they just had so many of their ads play.
Hoppy.
Man, I just wish this can was just infinite.
Speaking of Halo Infinite, I've played it.
I've also played it.
I
played it.
No, I meant I played it today.
I've played the multiplayer.
Yeah.
It's not infinite.
No, Halo Infinite is not infinite. That's probably one of the most.
It really makes you wonder why they called it Halo Infinite.
I still don't know why.
You know,
Well-
I'd say it's the most finite Halo that's existed.
I don't know what it's supposed to be about.
Here's the way I looked at it is just like I as corny as it sounds, like almost like infinite, and I put that in air quotes, like possibilities. Like the original plan for it was like a decade-long lifespan.
How?
Like making it seem like, you know, like it's immortal, like it's never gonna die. But it died very quick.
Incredibly fast, and it's no surprise because I'll get into the plot of Halo Infinite in a second, which is not going to take all that long, to be honest. But here's the thing about Halo Infinite's campaign. Usually it's at least a little difficult to tell where they rushed in places when it comes to game development.
Yeah.
It's not that hard at all when you play Halo Infinite.
You can tell where they did.
It's not even that hard to spot. Like, you don't have to be somebody that really knows the gaming industry in and out to really notice some of these things. I even wrote down a few of them because I'm just like, there's too many for me to remember. Because first and foremost, animations are just weird. There's a monitor character that I can't remember. What is it? A Juden Witness or something?
Yep. Yes, you're close enough.
An adjunct guy.
Well, go ahead. I have something to add to this thought. Go ahead.
His animations when you run into him it's like you can tell that he's on a 3D axis that is not centered on his body when he flies around. He's flying in such a way that's like, you remember how 343 flew around in Combat Evolved. It was less natural than that.
Mm-hmm.
It was just weird, and
Like it was like he was on a rail or something.
Yeah,
like
it's not free floating.
It looked like, I mean, obviously they're all scripted and like, I guess, on a rail.
But picture Halo 3 Guilty Spark.
Exactly. Like 343 Guilty Spark in Halo 3 was also on a rail, but it looked fluent. It looked good.
Does it look like someone with like a Gmod gun just moving things around?
Actually, yes, especially when he fires his little face beam to activate stuff.
So going off of cutting corners, and I'm all for, I like the idea of having like a larger scale Halo game, but not at the expense of detail. What I mean by that is, so go from, me and you talked about this a few weeks ago when I made a callback to the Halo, like the animation Halo 3 had when you destroyed a Phantom.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how cool it looked?
Yep.
And it looks so unbelievably half-assed now. And like just minor details and like explosions, sounds, and all that kind of stuff. Like you can definitely tell it took a back seat. And the only way I can see them justifying it is by like just the game is, you know, it's a massive game. Like we're sacrificing detail for scale. And I think they did that quite a bit.
They did that horribly wrong too, because
there's no way to do that right.
Because like detail. Because here's the thing: you can get detail with scale. We've all played Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Wow, God,
there's some insane detail in that game.
I mean, me and James played. Me and James went to play Hell Let Loose the other day, and we missed probably about a good 7 or 8 updates because we haven't played in about half a year.
Yeah,
and like they made the map. I forget what map we were on, but we were on a map in France, and there was planes flying overhead that weren't there last time we played.
Oh, wow.
To make it look like the airborne was dropping in. Like you could look off in the distance and see planes flying in. Like, and they kept going for like a good 30 minutes into the match until it finally stopped.
Wow.
It made the world feel alive.
Mm-hmm.
Like James was like, "Oh, I love games that make, you know, the battle or the current situation you're in feel much larger than it is."
Yeah.
Battlefront 2 also does it very, very well.
I love Geonosis. I was gonna bring this up.
The massive war.
Yes.
Like you just look to your left and right, and there's just a battle happening.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
And you can tell it's like toned down a little bit in terms of graphics, but it's supposed to be like miles. It's supposed to be atmosphere. You're not supposed to pay. If you pay too much attention, you're gonna the player models out there are extremely low res and like they just kind of plop on the ground when they die. But I mean, who cares? Like you don't want to look too hard at that kind of stuff.
No.
It's making the world feel like alive on a larger scale and having good detail. It can be done, and older games have done it.
And if we're gonna do a Halo based comparison, Halo Reach, there's battle happening all the time.
Yes,
It's like,
Halo Reach.
Even in other games, like there's been other like older games that outshine older games as far as details go. Like I think Grand Theft Auto, like the older Grand Theft Autos have better like water physics, explosion physics, bullets hitting water, physics, stuff like that.
The Halo Infinite explosions don't look that great.
No, they don't, because they're just. Here's another part, and this is tying into all of this, because the fun part about the Phantom is that the Phantom, when you blow it up, just kind of vanishes. It despawns. It doesn't have any effects. It just despawns. There's a baseline explosion effect, and I discovered something kind of interesting off of that. Pretty much most of the particle systems in the game are fake. They're not actual particle systems. I don't know what they're using instead, but the majority of the particle systems are just flat PNGs that are moving around in space. So it's not like an actual particle system where it's generating particles and it's interacting with the environment, splashing off of stuff and all of that. Nope, these are, for the vast majority of them, including in the campaign, when very big things happen, it's just these random PNGs that have been animated to look like particle systems.
So basically like the Gmod monsters that chase you around.
Kind of, yeah. That's basically what they would be. It just animated in such a way so that it's harder to notice that they're not particles. But you can notice really easily once you just look for longer than a couple seconds, especially at grenade explosions. It's clear that that's just a PNG. Like it's animated, sure, but it doesn't look that great. It doesn't have a lot of depth. And if you compare it to other Halo games, it's just insane. I know that it's supposed to be like, oh, this is such a big thing, though. That's why we miss so much details, because it's so big. It's like, here's the thing, my guy. I was playing the campaign today. I decided to try to replay it. I wanted to replay it before I started this show today. And I was hoping to have more time, but I didn't. So I was like, I'll get as far as I can. I had about 3 hours to play, and I got through almost 3/4 of the campaign.
Yeah.
And the majority of that was running from place to place. Just waiting to get to where the mission's actually happening.
Well, here's the thing, too, and correct me if I'm wrong. There is a fast travel system to FOBs, right?
There is, but I was using the system where you could just replay missions in sequence, which, if you do that, man, do you miss a whole lot of context for some of this stuff.
I don't think I liked the idea of an open world, but I like the idea of a larger scale linear campaign better.
It's better for Halo. It didn't work.
You can have, like, I see what they were going for with the open world. Like they really wanted, like, oh, you know, like massive scale and all. Like, yeah, cool, but like tone down the scale. You can sacrifice the scale to a good degree, but still have linear missions and make it like you can do it. It's possible, and I think that's the route they should go moving forward.
Yeah, it would have been fine, I guess. It's just they aren't Ubisoft. Ubisoft might make like consistent 7 out of 10s, but they're really good at making open world games that you can either just go and do the main story, or you can do all this other side stuff first, and it'll all still be coherent and still be fine. Infinite did not do that. Infinite, you really do need to take the time to go out and do other stuff. Even if you're one of those players that's like, humanity needs me, I need to go and do all of this right now, I need to save humanity. And if you do all of that, I mean, it's like it kind of changes how some of these cutscenes feel. Like with the cutscene of Fernando Esparza, you know, having his own little mental breakdown after seeing 3 broken down condors and being like, I'm not even a soldier. He's like, I'm not you. All of this stuff. It's just a tad bit awkward because Chief is like, we met an hour ago.
Like I barely know you.
Yeah, it's like I did not pass a day in that game when I got to that cutscene. The sun was just starting to set when I got there.
I have a hot take about Halo Infinite.
That's shocking.
It might not even be a hot take. It might not even be. It might not even be a hot take.
Speak.
There is more cringy moments in Halo Infinite than any other Halo game combined.
Yeah, no, I actually
someone should not run up to Master Chief and hug him. That
okay.
I
like the hugging part.
I
mainly
actually
because
did.
Chief just kind of goes.
He doesn't hug
It
him
was
back.
funny, but it's cringy. And then
It's cringy, but you would do it too.
His 8 foot.
He's a civilian contractor who just got saved by the hero of the human race.
Okay, I mean, agree to disagree. I definitely understand that part.
I also thought, Chief's so awkward because I don't think he's ever been hugged before.
Probably not. But if we're so the weapon, aka Cortana 2.0, some of her facial expressions and the way she talked,
It's not even
quirky.
That's
cringe.
the least of it, in my opinion. Because after playing that again, you must have forgotten much of what she says.
No, I'm not saying like. No, don't get me wrong.
I get they're trying to make her sound young and naive, but
Yeah.
it just comes off a little.
She's
awkward,
annoying,
cringy.
because she goes back and forth between being adorable and just insufferable to listen to. There's so much about what she says that's just it lacks depth. It lacks a lot of stuff that makes her character. It's supposed to make her character interesting, I guess, but it's just some of it just doesn't make any sense. I don't have any notes specifically of what she said, but then again, it's not memorable. So
Here, thing is, like, I didn't see it like them trying to make her like overly memorable to start off, because like it is Chief's new AI. Like it's an introduction, and I understand that. And I do think like there was some really, really like I don't think the character was bad. I just think like any like dialogue that lacked like depth or purpose. I don't blame that on the character. I blame that on I guess this goes hand in hand. Poor writing, I guess, for the character.
whoever was doing the writing,
Whoever did the writing, sorry, random 343 employee who's listening, but we're calling you out.
I mean, it's just the way that it is. The writing lacked a lot of over the course of the campaign. What I got was two different things. I'm trying to make this sound way bigger than it actually is. I'm getting dramatic out of nowhere, or haha, funny quip. And sometimes these are back to back, and that's just a massive tonal shift that I didn't enjoy hearing over and over again.
It's for a cheap. It's like fishing for a cheap reaction out of the player,
basically.
Like fishing for a laugh, or fishing like for like nostalgia. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I'm a sucker for nostalgia. I don't think they overdid it for the most part. And I just think the writing for new Cortana. I'm just gonna call her Cortana because that's what she is.
She probably just picked that as her name too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call her Cortana.
That ending, by the way, was cringe.
Yeah,
I think I know. I have just the one. It's like, what is this, Disney Channel?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you see what I mean? Like their game has way too many cringy moments.
Absolutely.
For something like that, where you're supposed to be a badass super soldier tearing through aliens. It's just like, and I don't want to get it twisted. Like, I do like Halo Infinite. I do like the campaign. I think it is like the difference between that and Halo 5 is night and day, but it is not without its faults.
I would rather play Halo 5's campaign.
I don't know about that.
You should try it again sometime. What was it, Connor?
I was about to say, you guys aren't selling this Infinite campaign.
No,
pretty
I'm not.
well.
Because the thing is that Halo Infinite's campaign is just, at least Halo 5 has something really interesting happening in its plot.
Mm-hmm.
Halo Infinite, I'm going to get to the plot in a bit. I'm so tempted to just jump into it, but I can't yet because there's still more to talk about with this campaign and how.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that kind of, where I'm not like too excited to like jump in, is the whole open world aspect. I'm the kind of person who likes to do everything if it's available to find, and I'll go find it.
The thing is, Halo Infinite's gameplay is the most arcadey that Halo has ever been, and the open world lends to that quite a bit. Because I'm aside from the fact that I'm really tired of hit markers in my supposed to be immersive campaign,
I don't like that either.
It's so annoying. There's hit markers.
What, in Halo?
Yeah,
there's been hit markers.
Like, they've been there, but like they're in Halo 5 and they're in Halo Infinite, and in both iterations, I'm sitting there, it's like, why are there hit markers?
There shouldn't be. And what's and I'm not making an excuse for it, but there's other franchises that are doing it as well.
I hated all of it.
I do.
I don't get as soon
Call
as
of Duty has done it.
When I got them in Call of Duty, I lost my mind. I'm just saying, I went right back and played Modern Warfare 2 again because I'm just like, dude, there's no hit markers in real life. Why are they getting hit markers as operatives in the field? So, with other campaign stuff, just a couple other things that I noticed that I'm just like, this was clearly rushed. This was beyond rushed. They didn't even get close to finishing this game.
It is wild, the fact that it's rushed.
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense.
What did they spend their time doing?
Well, this is the thing, right? And this is all just rumor. I've had no one to confirm this for me. This is all just speculation. If someone wants to get in contact with us and clarify things, we're always happy to talk with you. But it was going to be a hero shooter first. And the problem was that Halo Infinite actually originally had a pretty interesting linear campaign. And they scrapped the entire thing because the hero shooter was a bad angle. And so they scrapped all of it.
Why did they? Why did it take? Well, yeah. So going off what he said, so like the armor core system.
Yeah, I'm sure
that's where people are saying that it came from, because like the different cores were supposed to be a different type of like Spartan hero with like a different ability.
They could have just kept the level design, unless the abilities are that.
They
much
could have
of
done a lot of
crutch.
things.
Well,
343 is a very confusing company.
They don't make sense.
Like they that is the thing that I've had to wrestle with quite a bit, is that 343, love them or hate them, and I support them quite a bit. They're confusing. They are a confusing company. The decisions that they make are just outright questioning. Like, I don't get where the mindset is for much of their decisions.
It's just
I've tried.
the fact that it took them. God knows how long they were making it a hero shooter. And we're like, our fans probably don't want this.
4 years.
Was it gonna be like? Was that like the mindset for? If that was the mindset for 4 years, there is a serious
Halo
problem.
Infinite had only 2 years of development time.
It's just like,
because the way we know that, at least, is that you can find screenshots of what Halo Infinite looked like back in 2018 when it got that announcement trailer, and it was still looking like Halo 5, and everything was just a blockout. It didn't have any detail in the world yet. World wasn't even done yet. But some other signs that I found that just I was trying my best to be immersed. Especially given that I was replaying this campaign already with a save that I already had, and when you do that, it will actually pull all of your upgrades that you have already. It will pull whatever weapon you were holding into this next mission. It has the weirdest way of just not making any sense. At one point, I grabbed the tank gun so I could try to speedrun a little bit, and I stepped away for a second, stepped back, forgot that I had a tank gun, so I automatically I hit Y and X to switch weapons for my secondary, and I forgot that I had the tank gun, so I lost the tank gun. I'm like, oh crap, okay, well I better reset the checkpoint. Go and look, there's no reset to checkpoint button. Like, okay, I'll restart the mission. That's fine, I'm not that far in. Restart the mission. I have the weapon that I picked up and swapped from the tank gun. So I time traveled with this weapon that I picked up back in time. So theoretically, you could get some of the best weapons in the game and then just restart missions at the end of them with better equipment. And then just, I don't know, it's weird that they just come with you through the paradox, I guess. But aside from that, probably some of the stranger decisions that I saw. First of all, the Ghost and the Banshee are annoying. The Ghost has infinite boost. The Banshee does not, however. So you're trying to fly across this infinite world. Sorry, your boost is going to run out eventually. It's going to take a second for it to get back up, so you're just going to keep on repeatedly doing this. Or you can get in a Ghost, which has the same boost meter, but it never goes down when you're boosting.
Not to mention, you can only get the Ghost and the Banshee from banished forces. You can't just spawn them like the human vehicles.
And the Wasp is slow as hell.
And I honestly have trouble finding Banshees sometimes.
They take forever. But don't worry, as soon as you get airborne, there they are all of a sudden, spawning like crazy right in front of your eyes. Not even like flying in from off screen or off in the distance like ODST or Reach. No, there they are.
They're here to f you up.
They're so annoying. I don't get it. I don't get that design choice to make Banshees just spawn out of nowhere, as opposed to, I mean, the same thing goes for Phantoms. Phantoms will just spawn in out of nowhere. It's like the game had ideas, and they clearly did not figure out the ways that they could make this fluid, like make it flow into each other, make all these different pieces fit together. They didn't do that. They just got the basic pieces down that they needed to have a Halo game. And then just kind of let us live with the bugs, which, like, I guess that's kind of Halo normally, but Halo usually you have to really try to get some of these bugs. Or they're built into the game and they're on purpose. Like in the case of Halo 2, you have to use a bug to get to the Scarab gun. Like, they are aware of them. And they aren't game breaking. They won't pull you out of the campaign experience, as opposed to Halo Infinite, where they are guaranteed to pull you out of the gameplay experience and the story every single time. especially when you're just kind of like you're watching these cutscenes that are supposed to pull you in, and for the most part, it's just Escharum talking to you for some reason, or it's something happening that it's clear these guys are just sitting there in a studio, and there's something happening around them that's going to be 3D animated. The most activity that you'll see Chief do is jumping off of the spire, and when he does that, that's kind of it. There's nothing else really to it. The one scene where the Pelican gets shot down, I'm wondering how the Pelican tanked 3 shots and why the Pelican isn't showing, because you can find it later. It doesn't really have any signs of battle scars or anything. It just has the perfect repair job. I don't get it. I don't understand, but these are the details that are missing that make it obvious that Infinite was beyond rushed for a modern gaming cycle. So that's all sorts of annoying, but we have to get to the plot eventually. Would you guys like to know my 1-sentence synopsis of Halo Infinite's campaign?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
I'm listening.
It's completely irrelevant, and the enemies are not your enemy.
Elaborate.
So here's the deal. The Banished already won. There's no coming back from that. You could have made some sort of set piece where all of these UNSC forces that you got are coming together, and there's a Banished Scarab from Halo Wars 2, and there's big battles, and Escharum is all sending his forces out because even the Harbinger is like, why don't you just send all of your army at him? And he gives this BS excuse of odds won't stop him. It's like, I'm pretty sure if you give enough forces, Chief will eventually die. If you just...
We're all going to sit around at our bases and wait for him to 1v1 me.
Hey, there's this green dude that just absolutely fucking shit up all across the ring. Should we send everyone at him at once? No, just let him do his thing. He'll get here eventually, and I'll handle him.
That's quite literally the plot.
Yeah. Like, hey, this guy's just absolutely tearing across this ring looking for you. Do we want to stop him? No. All right.
Now, here's the thing, right? There's a point, right? There's a point to the Banished being on the ring. The point is to repair it. That's the whole plot. They're just trying to repair the ring. Now, do you want to know why the Harbinger is there? The Harbinger is there because if they repair the ring, they can use the silent.
yes. I didn't say yes.
She can use the silent auditorium to reawaken her species that are locked on this ring. Now, would anyone like to tell me why it would be bad to reawaken the Endless?
Why do we want to?
They didn't tell us why.
There's not a single thing. As far as we're aware, they have never been a threat to the galaxy ever. The only thing that is standing out to them is they are not affected by the Halo's activation. That's it. So as far as we're aware, the Forerunners were like, oh wow, oh damn, and then just locked them away out of fear. And now there's one that's awake, and she's just like, oh my gosh, my species has been locked away. I better open this up. She even sees Chief, and she's like, we're not enemies. You and I, we're not enemies. We have similar goals. We're just trying to keep our species alive. And then Chief is like,
I'm going to stop you.
I'm going to stop you from saving your species.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm stopping you, but I'm going to stop you.
You're working with the Banished.
It's like that's the only thing.
Well, she doesn't know what the Banished is.
And the Harbinger eventually turns on them anyway. Like she goes and does her own thing because that's all she cares about. And then we killed her.
We committed a fucking crime.
And then what happens after we do all of that? We killed Escharum, which, by the way, the whole setup for the Banished versus Chief was basically just Chief going against some people that aren't interested in fighting, are tired of this war. Escharum is just like, I want to die by his hands. That'd be pretty cool.
Our story.
Which, by the way, I did as much as I possibly could. There is not a single bit of Escherum's backstory.
Our story.
Whatever he did during the Covenant War, no clue. No idea what his importance was.
He was there.
He was the mentor to Atriox in Halo Wars 2.
It sounds like fan fiction.
It does. The entirety of Halo Infinite feels like a fan fiction. What is the point?
Are we cooked? Are we cooked as Halo fans?
I don't know. No, I'm not cooked. We're not cooked as Halo fans.
I think we are.
No, we love
be
this
cooked.
franchise we have
This is
we're
an
struggling to find Halo Infinite.
This is an abusive relationship.
I have
if I've ever
questions.
seen it.
Yes, Connor.
Why did they want to fix the ring?
They wanted to fix the ring so that they could use it as a weapon.
But it kills everybody.
That's what the Banished doesn't really care
Tell that
about.
to the Covenant.
I think the Banished is more thinking if we control this ring and can just threaten to activate it all the time, we can get whatever we want.
Yeah, we'll bow to no one ever again. It's like, okay, so why is there a leadership? Like, how does this work? You don't serve anyone, yet you serve the same
Also,
hierarchy.
haven't you guys like basically already just won?
Like you won.
Like you took out the allegedly, we assume we never saw it, its wreckage or anything. Allegedly took out the flagship of the UNSC, like the heart and soul of the entire fleet. Like basically crippled them
in one hit.
Hey there, Halo fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our friends right after these messages.
You won.
And then, Chief shows up and you're just like, oh, good, a little bit more fun before we wrap this up. And you can't stop him because you refuse to throw your entire army at him.
See, I think for me, what I don't like about Infinite's portrayal of the Banished is I liked the Banished more as like kind of a band of really powerful pirates.
I looked at them.
But now it's like they're just replacement Covenant, and they like see themselves as like an actual, like, for lack of a better term, like nation of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is our army, and we are taking territory, and we care about laws.
I always looked
Like-
at them as like pirates, or just like a group of like militia that does whatever the hell
I
they
saw
want.
I saw mercenaries in their eyes. That's it's like they're
Guns
not
for hire.
They're
basically.
not of an army. They're an army. They have an army, but they're not military. Like
It's like there's no banished people, like the people of the Banished.
Most
like,
of them are hired in, and like
any planet they take over, like the people are probably just enslaved or killed. Like there's no like purpose for them to assemble an army or do a war, if that makes sense. Besides,
do a war.
entirely self-interest.
Do a war, handing a gun.
Because it looks like, for me, it seemed all that they really wanted was like riches and freedom and just doing whatever they want for their lives. It just seems out of character that suddenly, they are having a quote unquote war with the UNSC as a power struggle.
Yeah.
Instead of more of a survival.
I don't know. And that's the thing. I just said what the plot was. Like, there's nothing else deeper to it.
The Banished don't look like the Banished.
No, that's another.
They just
part
look like the Covenant.
They needed to embrace the whole red and black look a lot more.
Absolutely,
a lot more.
They just didn't do that.
They should. It's throughout the campaign. You'll see normal colored like elites, grunts. In Halo Wars 2, like they all rock something that's like black and red, like the signature colors for the Banished. And like, don't get me wrong, some of the bases look the bases look the part, but just a lot of the
that just makes it feel even more out of place.
It does,
because the bases and like some of the brutes have the whole Banished aesthetic.
Most of the chieftains, yeah,
but
it's got it right,
Except Bassus. Bassus is gold.
And like there's like the grunt like carrier guys, I forget what they're called.
Mules.
The grunt mules, like they look like Banished.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just wearing their Covenant gear.
Yeah, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
I guess logically you could say it makes sense. Like it's just they just still use what they had.
I think
if it would make a lot more sense.
I think a lot of them. I think they were honestly probably just trying to like nostalgia. I honestly think
what I think it is honestly more they were probably thinking identifiability, because a lot of people, they're probably thinking like, oh well, in first person people are going to want to use like the colors to differentiate, like, oh, that one's blue, so it's a minor, it's the easier one. That one's red, it's like a step up. Oh, there's the white one, like that means
no consideration towards animations or just armor configuration.
Yeah, like it's a lack of faith in the player to like adapt. Honestly, that's what it is.
The whole campaign is just kind of annoying in the fact that like when I was playing it, I realized something really fast, and that was it is dialogue It is just dialogue. Like the combat encounters were barely all that interesting.
It's a shame because I think the actual combat loop, the actual the enemy types and the fighting and was actually pretty like decent. I actually thought it's really good, but the problem is it's shallow.
I now know that it can be better because Forge creators made better maps that I got to have a whole lot more fun with. New varieties, new combat encounters. It was wild that I'm playing the campaign. I'm like, I would rather be playing a Forge map right now. It was weird. And the whole dialogue heavy portion of the campaign is just, it's all talking. It is so much talking about like, did you read The Fall of Reach? Did you read The Fall of Reach though? Samuel, you read The Fall of Reach.
Give yourself a pat on the back. You're such a smart fan.
Even though it's like, dude, it's just so like that. Cheyenne told me something interesting today. She told me, because I was telling her I was going to be playing Halo Infinite today, and I didn't know if I was going to like it that much. And she was like, "You're probably not going to like it." And I'm like, "How do you know? You'd barely even play the Halo campaigns." And because she's beaten Combat Evolved and like is working on 2. And she was like, "No, every time that you get interested in a game, you won't stop talking about it. Like you were talking about Cyberpunk for a full 2 weeks, just repeatedly every day, something new, something that you encountered. We would go to a Taco Bell run and you would still be talking about it while eating the chalupa. I would be eeping and talking about it."
It's Cyberpunk.
But then she was like, "But the thing is, you only talked about one scene in Halo Infinite, and that was the Samuel scene, and you never said anything about it ever again." And I'm like, "Oh, I guess you're right." And that's the thing, is the Samuel scene was the only scene that made me feel anything. Otherwise, I was just like, "Oh, I remember reading that." And otherwise being utterly distracted by, once again, model swaps, like with Master Chief and Cortana's goodbye in Halo 4. And they're not in the proper model, so it's just another retcon for some reason.
They have a tendency to do that.
I guess.
Like, at least be consistent with it.
The annoying part to me is that I know that there's going to be somebody, even maybe them, who give the excuse like, "Oh, it's just because it's a hologram, it's a vision, like it's just matching what he's wearing right now, what she looked like." I'm like, well, if you're going to do that, then like, dude, Cortana didn't look like that. Even like her classic purple look didn't look like that.
There's no way to beat around the bush. They've always had inconsistencies with the art style in terms of like what someone was wearing when this happened.
I just don't understand how it's so impossible to, when you make a new story, iterate, make something new. And when you reference the old story, just make a new version of the old model. How cool would it have been to see Halo Combat Evolved Cortana, her little skinny, lanky self, talking to Chief in his like Combat Evolved armor or something? Like, it's just so it makes it a lot more obvious that they might have had some really good ideas. They might have wanted to do a whole lot. They had no time to do it. And all of them got fired for some mysterious reason.
343 hire us.
Because like I would love it.
Hire us now.
I would have a good time. Like it's
I want to be a brute.
I don't
let Connor mocap as a brute chieftain.
I don't want to make it sound like I'm blaming 343 for everything. I just know that when there is failures, because there were, whoever did it doesn't matter. There were failures when it comes to the development of Halo Infinite. When there are failures, those who are above you, Microsoft, will look at you and go, "All right, looks like you don't need as many people as you need because you can't use them properly," and we'll just bye-bye instantly. And it's sad. Those people didn't have to get laid off, along with the thousands of other people that got laid off that year.
This is like completely like not off topic, but at the end of the day, any job you have, you don't do it right and you fail over and over again, people get fired. That's
exactly.
Just in any line of that's any line of work. If you don't do your job right, you get fired. And that's just how it goes.
If you're not selling your game,
yeah,
like Halo Infinite did not sell.
Exactly.
It's just pain. And also,
I thought it sold halfway decent. It just didn't have a good player count retention.
No, it didn't. There's a big problem. Multiplayer was free.
Yeah.
Would you listen? No, it's free. You can just download it.
Right.
There's nothing preventing you.
Right. But I want to say most Halo fans, majority are in it for the campaign. The campaign was still $60. If you bought the campaign, you technically paid for the multiplayer too. Like it's no different. If you wanted to
technically paid for it, you paid for nothing. You paid for you paid an overpriced amount. You paid 3 times what you'd normally do.
Absolutely.
For the campaign, and that deterred a lot of people.
The campaign, like if you wanted to pitch like the multiplayer being free, then the campaign shouldn't have been $60. The campaign
turned people off from buying ODST back.
It was $70 actually, wasn't it?
No,
was it 60?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
It
was back in that.
It was in that era right before the price jump.
The $70 shift.
Yep.
Yeah. No, the ODST had the same problem. People were complaining about, like, those who played it loved it, but they were complaining about how it was being offered for $60. Infinite was facing the same thing. And yes, player retention is a problem. But when player retention, you're looking at multiplayer numbers. There are still lots and lots of people playing single player games on repeat. You could probably go back and still find people playing. I don't know. I don't know if they're good comparisons or not, but you know, they're going back and playing Call of Duty campaigns. They're going back and playing other Halo campaigns. They're going back and playing Cyberpunk. They're playing Baldur's Gate. It's like these games that are built for a single player experience or have a really good single player experience. Halo Infinite, if it had a solid single player experience, it probably would have bigger numbers. But if Steam allows you to look at the difference between who's playing multiplayer and who's playing campaign, you're probably going to see some not so shocking results of people who only wanted the multiplayer because it was free. It was a really bad decision.
I hope they don't do that again.
They're 100% going to.
Think so?
No, Game Pass is going to make it so that it's like Game Pass is going to be the thing. It's going to be the excuse. It's like, oh, it didn't need to sell. It's on Game Pass. Who needs to buy it anymore, you know? And then they're going to close 5 more studios.
I forgot. Yeah, I got it because of Game Pass.
Yep, so. It's on Game Pass. Yep. You don't even need to buy it.
Did not buy it.
Nope. I bought it because I'm a man of principle. I stand on business.
I got the Steelbook for Christmas.
I got the Steelbook in a bookstore for like not that much.
Aren't you special?
No, the game isn't either. That's why it was so cheap.
It just kind of breaks my heart because I don't think I've been that excited for a game
that disappointed you that much.
We waited so long.
Even like after the disastrous E3 reveal, I was like, okay, delay. You know, I still kind of liked what I saw.
No, yeah.
Like,
anyone with
the tires were disappearing, bro.
Anyone with like a set of eyes could look at it and be like, this does not look finished. And like with every other game under the sun getting delayed at the time, like anyone could have predicted a fucking delay. Like it wasn't like okay, like I was pissed, but I'm like, yeah, like it needed it. For the love of God, it needed it so bad.
It's a shame because they probably needed another year.
No, they did.
We would have rioted, and they probably knew that. That's probably why
they were stuck.
Well, you can only get so many passes. Like launch your game when it make your game.
I remember
ready.
playing the beta, and we're like, well, this is just the beta.
And like, oh, there'll be more weapons.
That was the whole game.
Yeah. For months. That was the whole game for months.
And right now, Halo Infinite has caused my least favorite portion of the entire thing, and that's what's going on with the community. I hate logging, and like I already hated Twitter. I hate Twitter even more as a Halo fan because it's like right now what's happening after the game showcase. There's a lot of people who are just straight up just denying to listen to those who are upset about it. They're like, guys, you got to give it more time. Other games need the spotlight. These are Halo fans talking about this. Other games need the spotlight. Halo doesn't need to be there. Like, we just need to be patient. And it's like, dude, I know that you live like that. I know that you are capable of doing something that very, very few of us are capable of. But most of us remember having 8 straight years of Halo. Most of us remember that. And most of us want to go back to that. Most of us are not happy with playing Halo Infinite every single day, and I'm going to bet 100% that those who are defending Halo Infinite are not playing it every day. They might be playing MCC more. I'm calling it. I'm just going to call it, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense to me that they would go out of their way to say that, you know, everything is peachy keen. We just got to be patient. We're the problem. I've heard that one before. I saw that one today, actually.
I've seen a bunch of fans saying that the fans are the problem.
We're the problem. Like,
we're the ones keeping it alive.
Like, I don't mean to burst your bubble there, Dream Boy.
I'm sorry, but last I checked, the customer was always right.
But the reality is we are upset because we've been repeatedly shoved to the side. And I'm not talking we as in just the veterans or just the group of people that grew up on Halo. Anyone who is a consumer of Halo Infinite. If you bought microtransactions, you got scammed. If you bought the campaign, you got scammed. If you've put any amount of time into trying to get into this, I don't know, man.
You said shoved to the side. Like, that's putting it a lot nicer than I was legit going to just say let down.
Absolutely.
Yes, let down. 343 has consistently let us down.
Like, I'm upset because
left
I know
in the dust, if you will.
Yes.
that's all that's left, just dust and echoes.
Just dust and echoes.
It's like, the thing is that I'm upset because I am a big fan. I am a fan of 343. They've made awesome things. I'm watching Forward Unto Dawn in 2 weeks with my book club. I'm gonna be listening to Hunt the Truth. We just finished watching Halo Legends, the first thing that 343 ever worked on. Like, 343 has made consistently good products in the past. They even are part of that 8 years of Halo. They covered half of it.
It's weird. It's just like they've gotten worse over
Something
time.
happened.
They've gotten worse over time.
Something happened.
Usually it's the other way around. How the fuck do you get worse over time?
I have a game theory.
Oh, Lord.
MCC screwed something up. MCC screwed something up within the company. Because after 2014 with Halo 5, that was like Halo 5 was sort of the last straw there, but something shifted because usually game development is ahead, usually a couple of years. Just something happened because with the failure of MCC and potentially the failure, it was a really big lucrative sale on Halo 5. Something shifted. The company started getting less compassionate. Something changed. Halo Channel shut down. Halo Waypoint mobile app shut down. Halo Waypoint on Xbox shut down. Halo Waypoint forums closed.
I will never forgive them for what they did to Waypoint.
I don't know, man. Waypoint has now just been a website, and it doesn't even have forums. You can't use forums.
I miss being able to get on it on my Xbox and what it used to be.
You know, there are some pieces of lore that are actually lost because the forums confirmed some stuff. And so now you can't access the forums at all.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's like
Use the Wayback Machine.
You could if it's been documented. It's like that's the thing though. It's like something happened, something shifted, something happened to someone at some point or something, because it doesn't make any sense why their perspectives and their actions in the Halo franchise changed so drastically, but still maintained in other ways. Like novels were fine. The novels are still coming out. We have another one coming out later this year, Broken Throne or whatever. Empty Throne. I was thinking Broken Circle because I just read that one. That book is kind of not great. I'm not going to lie. It's interesting, just not in the right ways. But I don't know. There's not a lot to talk about with Halo Infinite's plot. Coming back to that, there's not a lot to talk about. There's just not. After playing it again, there's nothing happening. I highly encourage at some point, outside of co-op, because you don't pay attention anyway when you're playing on co-op, at some point, just give it another try. Give it a shot. Just play it for like a couple hours. See if it grabs you. See if by mission 1, which every Halo game, even Halo 5, is able to grab you by mission 1. Just try. Like Halo 4 has the allure of being trapped on the Forward Unto Dawn. Halo 3 has you in that jungle with Johnson and the Arbiter. Halo 2 has got you doing all the stuff with Cairo Station being attacked. Halo Combat Evolved, Pillar of Autumn is being attacked. It's even the Wars games. It's like Wars 2 starts with Spartans getting clapped by Atriox. It's like these things that are part of Halo that are consistent. And I'm not talking thematically. I'm not talking like stuff that's just, you need sprint to be Halo. No, I'm saying things that Halo has achieved consistently, which is primarily being able to grab you as a player by mission 1, doesn't exist in Halo Infinite. I think it's partially because missions don't exist in Halo Infinite on that front specifically, but try to play the missions without any of the surrounding context, without running around the open world and learning who the weapon is over time. You'll find yourself being rather confused about how these characters ever became friends because they really shouldn't have. Anyway, anybody else got anything to say about Halo Infinite? Now that I'm done.
It's not.
It took 3.5 years, but I have my colors.
Yeah, with the Tenrai 4, is it? Tenrai 4 finally?
And I still had to buy the battle pass.
You had to buy the.
I told you it wasn't going to be free.
Yeah.
I told you guys.
It's in the battle pass, but it's like, but this coding is the bonus if you buy the battle pass.
Hey, real quick, can I go on a quick side?
At least it was only a $4.
Can I go on a quick side tangent? They're trying to milk you for every single dollar that you have, Halo Infinite players. I'm just telling you, man.
No microtransaction should be more than $10 or $5.
It's not even just the microtransactions, which you're right. You're so correct about that. Battle passes were fire. I liked them for a bit there because I could earn the Spartan credits. Granted, I couldn't use the Spartan points or whatever. I couldn't use the points to go towards anything else except the next pass, but I was able to use them towards the next pass. That's 100 free items for me. I had so many boosts. I had so much armor. I have a lot of stuff. Not over half. That's the wild thing to me. I have not bought anything except the white coating because one of our listeners got it for me, and all of the AI. I got all the AI voices. Other than that, I've bought nothing.
All one of them.
Yes.
Because there was only one that was in the store.
No, it's
Virgil was in a battle pass.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, yes, I guess just him.
There's a really kind of neat concept that they had that they never did anything with ever.
Yep. And so I bought that then. I just bought the one AI and I bought the armor coating because a listener got it for me. So with that, I can tell you for a fact, I've completed every other battle pass, everything. I have less than a quarter of what's available.
Vaulted.
You have to buy it. You have to buy
Or
almost
it's vaulted.
everything.
Don't even get me vaulted. Don't even start
Like,
it.
it's like you have to buy almost all of it. And along with all that, the battle passes, 100 tiers. Granted, some of it was just repeats, like 2 shoulder pieces. Whoa, you should have just offered them both in one single slot, so you could get another slot in there.
Nah, you get right and left.
Operations originally, like the first winter operation, that one had like 3 armor sets in it. That was awesome. And then you're going up to Tenrai 4, the grunt one again. What is it? Yappening.
The Yappening.
Yappening 2.
Banished, whatever.
And the one before that. And it's just Spartan points now for the exchange, which I get it. I know. But the thing about the exchange is, and I've been watching Chris Eichen play the game because he's been trying to get some of the higher tier stuff. He's like, oh, this is going to take a while, isn't it? He's trying to get this item that's 30,000 Spartan points. He's been trying to get it for 3 weeks. He still doesn't have enough.
Yow.
It takes so long. And more importantly, in those packs, it's not just primarily all Spartan points. It's not even full sets of armor anymore. It's not even coatings. It's just like the one right now for the Tenrai, it's a helmet, it's 2 shoulder pieces, and I think 1 other piece of armor. The rest of it is Spartan points. There's not even boosts or like anything else. It's just those. They're not even trying anymore. They are stealing your freaking money by this point. Gosh, I need to stop talking or I'm never going to get hired. Me too. I love you, 343. I'm just you're really starting to concern me here with who's really in charge.
I don't. I will say it. I do not love 343.
When was the last time you did?
Probably about 13 years ago.
I was gonna say
probably about 13 years ago when they actually launched a finished game.
Because I couldn't remember a time that you have said you love 343.
Probably 13 years ago when they launched a finished product.
Man, Spartan Ops was sick.
I just want 343 to stop making me look like a jackass.
That's exactly where I'm at. Like I said, it's an abusive, one-sided relationship. We love them. Well, not really, but they keep taking our money and slapping us in the face.
It's your money. I'm not giving them
I mean,
I've given them money.
I haven't given them anything. I mean, I bought.
Okay, hold on. I have technically given them money because I have to get those credits for the people who win the quiz show.
Well, that
you've probably spent more on Halo Infinite than anyone.
You spent the most by far.
I'm trying to give back to the people. It's different.
I've bought probably about 2 or 3 battle passes.
Breaking news here, folks.
And maybe 1 pack from the store to get a coating that I wanted.
How many episodes of quiz show have we had?
I don't know. At least like 15, I think.
At least 15.
Yeah.
And how many credits do you get, people?
You get 500.
500. Oh, okay. So that's like $5.
I don't spend a whole lot. I mean, if you're gonna put it all up there, it's probably gonna be like $75 that I've spent so far.
It's more than me, so yeah.
But I don't count it because I'm getting it for everybody else. It's not paying it for me. I'm not buying any of those microtransactions for myself. I've been tempted on numerous occasions, but I've held to my principle that it's just not freaking worth it. Like, even after I realized that all of the stuff that I've gotten over the course of 3 years of playing this game is not even half of what is currently available, and I really just want to have my weapons be white now. I don't have just white coatings. I'm realizing like how little there is. It doesn't. Thank you guys for listening today. I'm tired of talking about this. I'm just going to go to the community episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. You want to support us, patreon.com/JumperScape. Get yourself some cool stuff. Merch is dropping. Yeah, the dropping is coming soon to JumperScape.com. So
it's happening.
Thank you, Connor. That was fire. And if you want to join the community, that's discord.gg/JumperScape. I don't always talk about 343. It's just Halo Infinite was the topic of conversation today. We'll be back next week with going back to Combat Evolved. So it'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Thank you guys so much for listening again, and we'll see you guys next week. On Thursday. Join us back on Thursday. My bad.
The library was produced and published by JumperScape Audio. Funding was provided by our fantastic patrons on Patreon. If you enjoy the show and wish to support JumperScape's future projects or get some sweet benefits, join our Patreon at patreon.com/JumperScape or become part of this truly special community at discord.gg/JumperScape. Thank you for your listenership, and we hope you enjoyed.
The Halo universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discoveries around every corner. With so much to explore, 4 friends decided it was about time that they booted up their consoles and discussed this universe that has grabbed their attention since childhood. JumperScape Audio kindly welcomes you to join them in the library.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the library, the show where we talk about Halo lore on Tuesdays. Today is Thursday, though. Which means we're talking about things that aren't about lore. Even though there wasn't really a whole lot to talk about on Tuesday, because Halo Infinite doesn't really have a lot of lore going on, unless you go into the audio logs and the surrounding books and Memory Agent. Pretty much anything that's not Halo Infinite's main campaign, you'll have no lore.
Very infinite, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very infinite.
So
the misery is infinite.
I'm gonna be real. I don't really want to talk about Halo. Week.
I would like to move on.
I don't want to talk about Halo this week. I'm being real.
We're a little disgruntled.
I'm not feeling gruntled today. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm really disgruntled.
I know we can talk about just the
Could you imagine using that though? Like just being like, "Oh, I'm very gruntled to meet you."
Do you remember the
I'd say I'm sorry.
Do you remember in the Battle
This
Dudes
sounds bad.
video where I was like, "I am here full gruntled"?
No.
That was in the what video was that?
I don't know. I remember
I had a
it.
voice. Oh wait, I think it was the Halo Reach stream.
I
The
think
Halo
so.
Reach stream Battle Dudes
That
episode.
sounds
where
obscure enough that it'd be in that video.
Yeah, where I was just like, I'm out here full gruntled. I'm gonna
Full gruntled.
full gruntled. I'm gonna search for that real quick while we're talking about this.
We could. This might be bittersweet, but we can talk about the showcase.
Perfect Dark looked sick. I was okay with seeing that. I freaking love Perfect Dark, so I'm down for that.
Connor, do you have any thoughts about Gears?
I can't wait for Doom and E-Day, and yeah.
Doom E-Day.
Doom E-Day, the crossover.
I wanted to say it as fast as possible. Messed it up, so here we are.
The gun that grinds up skulls and shoots the chunks of skulls at people.
Hard!
Hard. It do go hard.
It's pretty
What did you say?
It shreds!
Oh, and don't get me started on his fucking fur coat. Oh my god. The aura is so real.
And you got to play those games.
No, I do.
I don't know why you haven't.
2016 was like,
I
Eternal,
think
pretty good.
are they
Eternal,
not
pretty good? And then here on to this next one.
are they they're not co-op, are they?
No.
I think if you actually buy the game,
No, the campaigns are not co-op.
What's wild is I've probably played the original Doom game more than I've played any of the newer ones.
There is there is I think some sort of co-op like mode, but it's not campaign.
It's not fun.
But the PvP is awesome.
I never enjoyed it.
I am, first of all, I'm twisted. Second of all, it's really fun.
Did you play on PC or console?
Console.
Okay.
I used to play Unreal Tournament back in the day, and those games are very similar because I forgot what they're called, boomer shooters or something like that.
Mhm.
They're like fast paced, really fast, using explosives to get around quicker. Like I wasn't great by any means because I was 3, but I was still playing it.
3.
I gotta beat the Doom DLCs on my Xbox, and then once the new one comes out, I'm gonna get it on PC.
Dude, it's so
Yeah, I do have to play those games at some point. I'm gonna get into them. Which one, like what order do I need to go in?
Doom 2016, Doom Eternal.
it's really easy.
Yeah.
There's only 3 games.
Oh, okay.
Also, I think I found
going to be 3. Going to
Yes.
be 3.
I found the context, Shane, of the thing.
This is the Halo Reach video.
Yeah, here you go. I'm over here full gruntled.
You gotta clip that audio. You gotta clip that.
I'm over here full gruntled.
I was not ready for the auto tune.
Yeah, that was omitted from the retelling.
Submitted from the retail launch.
The retail row.
A lot of things omitted from retail launches, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, like 3 years of content. Gosh, why'd you say that? That's messed up. That's mean. You're trying to set me off. You're trying to make it so I never get hired at 343. Oh, do I really want to be though? Do I maybe I wanted
Because if something goes to oh my god, we're gonna be on your ass for it, even if it has nothing to do with
That's true. You guys be messaging me like, what's wrong with this DLC? Why didn't you do this
Even
right?
if you have nothing, you like.
And I'm just like, guys, I'm just doing the marketing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could be on the marketing, unless it's something like Halo 5 and they completely backtrack off the marketing. Like, then we probably let you be. But like, shits and giggles, like there'd be like this bug on like an obscure level on like Halo 8, and you're like, I'm just in the marketing. Why am I falling through the fucking map on this part?
Are there jobs at companies like that?
Are there
to
jobs?
be like an idea man?
They are called creative directors, and they're not that easy to get into. And
That sucks.
But the thing is about the idea man is that the idea man must have made games in the past.
I thought we weren't
What
going to
an
talk
idiot.
about Halo.
Well, Joseph Staten has been a creative director for Halo.
What a
since.
guy.
Wait a minute.
I thought we weren't going to talk about Halo.
Yeah, you're right. So anyway, we're gonna jump over right immediately to our Patreon names.
Yep.
Because
Because
they have some special messages for you today, James.
oh.
Yes.
Oh, it's
just for you.
they're probably birthday messages.
We'll get started. By the way, patreon.com/JumperScape. If you want to support us directly, it's always very beneficial for us. It helps us keep some shows running, keeps the lo-fi stream running, does a whole lot of stuff for us, and also gets yourself some really nice goodies. So feel free to take advantage of that while you can. So to kick us off, we have 63 total active paid members right now. I feel like I should start saying this number now. I mean, I think I should start saying this number now.
We should set a goal.
Starting off with Happy B-Day, James. Slim Jim's inbound.
I wonder who that could be.
Did you read this before?
I did not.
Wow, we read him like a book.
Yeah. Jacob Adlam, Scion Esports. I love you so much. It's default 456 Star Salad 42. Austin, please let James read this.
What? Happy birthday from Slipstream. Night, James. Thank you.
Have you heard the have you like gotten up to date on the Pozole meme?
Pozole.
It's one of the quotes from Comedy Evolved, but it's also
I
a Mexican
misread-
dish.
I misread what dialogue that was.
I have not known
I just
about
yelled
this.
it. Badule.
I get it because I didn't know. I was like, why are so many people commenting on my Halo posts?
Pozole.
And then talking about like food.
It's one of the most underrated elite CE quotes.
As you know, happy birthday, James. As you know,
Oh, why? Thank you.
gotta do me dirty.
As
but
you,
help him out.
know, thank you.
darn,
know.
darn dirty dick dammer dush. Hounds of Meath, Mr. Shifter, James Zealot, Seth Rutherford, Spartan Dave, Captain Varco, UNSC Walk Softly, Cool Blazer, H Goes, Mobag at Yellen, Spartan Nabucco, G156, Vermin, Eddie Criminal, Connor Clark, Dapper Dame Dylan, John JumperScape, We Fun Here, Lactating
We fun here.
Lactating Gator, Lactating Milk MT, Sergeant Forces Chipotle, Shotgun, The Lactation of Mercy, Wart D, Wart Day, James, Wart.
Thank you.
Brennan Pfeiffer, Sky Cairo, Ease Mazdas Gadidal, Eliza, happy birthday, James, from the Ungoy Trade Union.
Oh, well, why? Thank you. I assume my package is inbound from the Ongoing Trade Union. I'm low on infusions.
Jake Somali, Keith Juice 077, Slap Nuts, the smooth brain slinger with a big iron on his head.
The smooth brain slinger. That's amazing.
With the big iron on his head.
Tucker, Aussie ODST, big old motherfucking soda boy. Okay, so that one's outdated. Birthday boy lactator, Damian Groth, Dick Hammerbush. Yeah! Dr. Lactator, Hayden, reach around Cortana Hamilton.
Wait, was there actually question marks on that?
No.
Oh, I thought that would
I was
be
just,
funny.
it was twice. It was
Dick
the second one.
Hammerbush?
Hello, stranger. Happy birthday.
Dang.
Room 2 through 7, streaming on all platforms every Friday.
Every Friday.
Help, Austin. I'm stranded on Reach on Goy Wife. All right, yeah, you've been stranded there for a while. What were you going to say, James?
I forget.
Okay. Parking is for 2 library hosts only, and Connor. Violators will be violated. Oh, and also, happy birthday, James.
Hey.
I like how hosts and Connor.
Why? I get it. I'm new-ish, but why?
Now he's been here longer than Bryant was.
Yeah, you've been here longer than he
Way longer.
Yes.
Pity 104, the Council of Patreon Names would like to wish James a happy birthday.
Thank you.
The Goob, Extretian, Zengil, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. I guess not and Z. That's just how I do it. Claude Spark, 5970, Daniel Dumpweed, Garrus Vicarian, Halo the Guy, Iskari, Kiri, Kyle Hooley, Shane! Look what you've done to my bloody shed, man. And finally, last but never least, Warm Apple Smiles.
I still miss Face McShooty.
Where's Linda?
I don't know where Linda is.
Wait, remember Linda was a lie.
Ever since so here's what I started doing. I realized I have had it set to paid members, yes, but I did not have it set to paid members that are active. So it showed me pretty much everyone from the past. So when you turn those on, you lose Linda Marie.
Linda, why? You still even listen.
I cannot move on without Linda.
Thank you, Connor, for that excellent performance. Oh, gosh. All right. Well, we're going to move on to the reviews.
Oh, no.
So let me switch it to just the library. I would check to make sure that I have all of them as up to date as possible, but I don't currently have my phone on me, so I can't get into the special account that I've got. So we're gonna have to just go off of
What the Sigma?
what the Sigma.
Oh, I heard a kid at Hershey Park say that unironically.
Oh gosh.
We were just walking, and I just hear this kid go, "Daniel, what the Sigma?"
Oh my God, that's wow.
You know, actually, I'm
getting student teaching flashbacks.
I actually probably do need to get my phone because I think if Let Us Out Part 4 is here, I think I need to see this. I think I need to like see Kitty.
Hello!
I'm going to
I will prepare your bed.
I'm going to grab my phone real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
You know what would be fun?
What's that?
I don't know. Like, this is probably something we wouldn't do.
High-powered go-karts.
I mean, yes, but not the point. But what I was going to say, if we got someone to do this for us.
Nigga grandma.
No.
Nigga, huh?
No, but basically we have someone
and we can basically point these moments out. JumperScape, or I guess library animated shorts. We have someone animate us, okay, and it could be just like stupid stick figures, and like they could draw us or whatever, and they take a funny moment from the podcast, they animate it to like however they want to do it, and we put it on the JumperScape channel.
This is an excellent time to bring up our Patreon. You can help bring things like this to life that cost money. Patreon.com/JumperScape.
Yep.
No matter how much of a college student I find, they will ask for money, justifiably so.
Oh yeah.
You just have to have someone who's a huge fan and an animator and does this.
I was gonna
on
say
their
we
own
don't
volition.
have we don't have the
The
time.
implication being they're a fan. We don't have to pay them as much.
We don't have the
Don't have
time,
to pay them
money,
at
or
all.
skill sets to do that.
Do you think, there's people who make animated versions of podcasts just for fun?
And I would let them do it. I would never tell them to do it as a job.
Bye, kitty.
Animate
I
this
just-
15-second voice
I just think
clip.
that'd be funny. Like if we took like a random moment
It would be.
and someone just animated it and we just take it and put it on the channel. I think that'd be
It's
funny.
always
The
Kind of.
Nova's animated
Ki-
classics.
I was thinking more or less like Bruce esque.
well, it probably would be more realistically because it is basically exactly what it is. The Rooster Teeth podcast animated shorts.
Oh, never seen him.
They're really funny.
Mm.
Anyway, reviews. There are two that we have that are not currently, I guess, listed. So I guess I'll go through those first. Well, actually, only one. My bad. Alien Boy 5 stars. Idea. Since the Wither King guy is writing that story, can I write story of your guys' ship names from Thursday, like a space battle? Probably only 2 reviews long. Pfft, write whatever you want.
Go
my
for
guy.
it, man.
Why not?
I forget the name of my ship already.
I think mine is still the illusion of necessity if it was a Covenant carrier, and I don't remember what I did for the humans.
I'll wait for him to make it.
So next up, 5 stars from Cut It Out As. There are better Halo podcasts out there.
Whoa.
But I would be lying to you. I have listened to the show since they started. I love the host's passion for Halo. It almost rivals mine, but not quite. Lol, JK, Rafflemal, not really. Anyhow, they have some awesome guests, fun shows, and very informative and accurate lore and news about everything Halo.
I thought it just said really informative, inaccurate lore.
Yeah, I heard that too. I'm like,
Sorry,
wait a
I
minute.
blend my words in weird ways sometimes. Seriously, this show is a must for anyone who loves Halo, period. End of story. With love, the Halo and the library's biggest self-proclaimed fanboy, H. Seriously, I'm a big deal. I love food. Pwn Star 777. Halo reach around Cortana. Let's go. Gosh. Hi, Pwn Star. We haven't heard from you in a long time. It's good to hear from you. All right. So next up is 5 stars from his. Can you let me out of the mini fridge, please?
Oh.
I am cold in the fridge and it is overflowing from all the people. Who do you think will win? Connor, James, Shane, or Austin in a fist fight?
It's this fucking guy
Stop
again.
asking this.
Also, thanks for the Reach episode. Oh, and the fight is on the Modern Warfare 2 COD campaign map where you're fighting the tank driven by Graves.
There's a tank.
So you're saying we would be fighting on that map?
Or like during the mission.
Because we'd be all dead.
We probably all die.
Hey, we're going to see a tank. We're like, oh, well, here comes a Sabo round.
Also-
we're done.
So McTavish, I am not.
Also, did you know that you can grapple onto the Banished and punch them, and if you upgrade it, you can shock them and become queso because of the quantum quake? And yes, Pepsi is better than Coke. My man.
The quantum quake.
Yeah, that I found out about that a while. I don't even know how long. I remember being shocked though. I was like, "Wait, what?" Because they didn't really tell you that you could do it. They just are like, "By the way, if you hold down right bumper while you're grappling, you'll hurt them a lot." Anyway, next is an essay about Fortnite. 5 stars from Chronicle 199.
Oh my god, it's so long.
It's not as long as the Miata one. Let me be clear about that.
Wait, is this just a long review?
Fortnite, developed by Epic Games, has
Oh my
undoubtedly
God.
left a profound impact on the gaming industry.
You know
since its
he
release
reads everything
in
off the
2017.
teleprompter.
This free-to-play battle royale game has revolutionized the gaming landscape in several ways, influencing both game development and player engagement. One of the most significant contributions of Fortnite to the industry is its innovative business model. By offering the game for free and monetizing through in-game purchases of cosmetic items, Fortnite has set a new standard for how games can be profitable without relying on upfront costs.
And I hate it all. I hate the battle pass.
Moreover, Fortnite has played a pivotal role in popularizing the battle royale genre. With its fast-paced gameplay, unique building mechanics, and vibrant graphics, Fortnite attracted millions of players worldwide, leading to the emergence of numerous other battle royale games seeking to replicate its success.
Some games should have never tried.
The game's cultural impact cannot be overstated, as it has become a global phenomenon that transcends traditional gaming audiences. From dance emotes to collaborations with iconic brands and celebrities, Fortnite has successfully integrated popular culture into the gaming experience.
Now every game does it, and I hate it.
In terms of gameplay mechanics, Fortnite has introduced innovative features that have influenced game design across the industry. The game's building mechanics, which allow players to construct structures on the fly or for defense or traversal, have been widely praised for adding a new layer of strategy and skill to the Battle Royale formula.
People got way too good, and I can now get beat by any 7-year-old that plays the game.
Many games have since incorporated building mechanics or similar features in an attempt to capture the same level of player engagement and creativity that Fortnite offers.
I don't play the build mode anymore.
Furthermore, Fortnite's live events and in-game storytelling have redefined how games can deliver narrative content and engage players in a shared experience.
There is no narrative in that game.
Epic Games has orchestrated numerous in-game events that transcend the boundaries of traditional gameplay, such as concerts, movie screenings, and world-altering events that reshape the game world.
Travis Scott event was pretty cool. That's about it.
These experiences have blurred the line between games and live entertainment, demonstrating the potential for games to evolve into immersive platforms for social interaction and shared experiences. Fortnite has also influenced the esports industry significantly. The game's competitive scene has grown rapidly, with major tournaments offering substantial prize pools and attracting top-tier talent from around the world.
Now I can watch 14-year-olds win millions of dollars.
Fortnite's emphasis on skillful gameplay, fast-paced action, and spectator-friendly mechanics has helped popularize Battle Royale esports and showcase the genre's potential as a competitive platform.
I still hate Fortnite.
The game's success in esports has inspired other developers to invest in competitive gaming and explore new ways to engage with their player base through organized competitions.
Goofy skins that ruin every game.
From a technical standpoint, Fortnite has pushed the boundaries of game development with its
Fortnite
cross-platform
killed Call of
play and
Duty.
regular updates.
In the wrong way.
The game's ability to seamlessly connect players across different devices, including consoles, PC, and mobile, has set a new standard for cross-play functionality in multiplayer games.
They got one thing right.
Additionally, Epic Games' commitment to frequent updates and seasonal changes has kept the game fresh and engaging for players, setting a
Somehow.
precedent for ongoing support and content updates in live service games. In conclusion, Fortnite's influence on the gaming industry has been nothing short of transformative.
Bad way.
Though through its informative business model, popularization of the battle royale genre, groundbreaking gameplay mechanics, immersive storytelling, esports success, and technical achievements, Fortnite has reshaped the gaming landscape and inspired a new generation of developers to push the boundaries of what games can achieve. As Fortnite continues to evolve and adapt to changing trends in the industry, its impact is likely to endure for years to come, leaving a lasting legacy on the world of gaming.
Some games should have never tried.
Does anyone remember before episode 9 came out? When the opening crawl of episode 9, not the dead speak part, but it was like a message from the deceased emperor went out to the galaxy, and the only place you could hear it was in Fortnite.
No,
Yeah.
that's insane.
Yeah.
The dead speak.
It's clobbering time.
I thought you were doing Helldivers.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I thought Helldivers.
Okay, last review before we move on to our Q&A.
Review or story?
Gentlemen, lock in.
It's a story.
Let us out. Part 4. 5 stars. 5 stars from 1111 Wither King. Shane, are you locked in?
I'm ready.
Okay.
He's texting.
Disclaimer. This story was all made up in my screwed up mind, and some jokes that were casually said in the reviews before mine by Clap and the Russian Halo Wolf. Shane is not a kidnapper, and it's just a joke. Don't dox him and take him into custody. Day 72.
Unless.
Haste and guilt is what powered our work. We are tired of being pushed and shoved, unalived and starved. We want out, I quietly yelled. The chorus of agreements were now kept at a low after the events that had transpired. This took place the night after Clap's unalivement. Just to remind you, Shane, you killed him so hard that he was dripping blood through the ceiling, if you remember correctly. He had become a form of burden. No, more like the guilt that we carry now. This weight we carry would be the thing that made us stronger. Clap was the martyr we needed that would inspire us to stare at death and tell it to screw off. Day and night, man, and there are no women here. Strange. Maybe Shane is so bad at pulling women he couldn't even kidnap one.
Holy Whoa! Holy schmoly!
This was supposed to be his story.
Damn!
Disclaimer, don't attempt to kidnap women. They don't find that attractive.
Yeah, Shane.
I'm going home after this. You guys can continue. I'm going home.
Jeez.
Damn!
That's so out
That
of
was
no-
the most brutal no is line I've ever heard in my life.
For no reason. Unprovoked. There was no attack.
Shane, I don't think your enemy's default anymore.
Fuck.
I veer myself off that peculiar rabbit hole. Fire was in the hearts of my fellow kidnapped, and we'd been doing our absolute best trying to overheat the PS2. I must hand it to the little console. It wouldn't break easily. We have been running Ratchet and Clank for the past 19 days, and the only thing has grown mildly warm. We've even placed it so the light from the garage door window can shine onto it and hopefully heat it up more, but it was in vain. We need to figure out how to blow it up, and fast. The food is officially out, and even though we've all never been closer, the looks of others have become ravenous, and I'm not into really that kind of stuff. It had been time to go converse and devise a plan for how to escape. A council had been formed, which comprised of me, Default, the Russian Halo Wolf, and Gator. He censored me again. Default started us off. We're out of food, so if we don't get out soon, we'll have to resort to eating the Halo 3 rat. The four of us turned towards the rat. It scurried away without moving a single limb. Without wasting a second, a man in the crowd lunged for it. He was able to obtain it, and it was safe to assume he was going to skin the victim's low poly graphics and eat it raw.
Not the Halo 3 rat.
Default looked back up to the group. Well, make that 0 Halo 3 rats to eat. Just ignore the food for now then, said Lactating Gator. What's the current status of the PS2 IED? I shook my head. Not good. The thing won't overheat to the point where it will blow up. Then the shouts returned from above. Shane could always be quite angry at a game, but after the events of Clap, he had become irrationally aggressive to the point we believe he has destroyed his own PC. We know this after one of our residents hacked into his laptop through a Nokia 3310. Looking through his shopping history, we found he had bought a PS5 off of Amazon and a meal body pillow, amongst other things. Also, PS5, what's wrong with you, dude?
Yeah, what the hell?
I didn't write the story.
He's switching on us.
Will he ever shut up? Asked the Russian Halo Wolf. No, in fact, he wouldn't. Even worse, he began to stomp at the floor above. Dust began to fall from the roof. Muffled sneezes were coming from all across the garage. As the dust began to settle, one last stomp hit the roof, and a shiny circular object fell and hit some poor soul in the cranium, splitting his skull open. No one was fazed by this incident. We'd all had been desensitized to such gore and unalivement. I began to walk over to the fresh corpse and the disc and pulled the disc out of the man's head. It was a Bloodied Helldivers 2 DVD. DVD, just to make that clear. It would seem in his banishment to the PlayStation realm, he had to have Helldivers in his collection. One of the residents came up to me and the DVD came up to me and the DVD. Okay, that was just a strange sentence. My bad. This was the same man who had hacked the Nokia, and from the look he was giving the disc, I had a feeling he was about to pull another technological miracle. Give me that, he said. He yoinked the thing out of my hands faster than a trip through a star road from the Maythrillin to Air to Tyrene. Connor, quick, explain the Maythrillin, Air to Tyrene, and star roads to the audience. The face he's making.
It's a face of befuddlement. Oh,
They
it
went
got
to
worse.
a place.
He ran over to where the PS2 is, which, by the way, the trip from Maythrillin to Air to Tyrene is like, I mean, it's not fast, but I mean, you know, whatever. It's fast enough. It's really fast. Star roads are fast. I get it. He ran over to where the PS2 is. The Russian Halo Wolf asked, "The heck are you doing?" The man with the disc didn't bother to turn around to talk to him. "I'm currently hooking up Helldivers 2 to the PS2 legally, quote unquote." Sony, don't come and kill me like you did the Helldivers.
Whoa!
This guy's popping shots at everybody.
Thank you for not just throwing shade at me.
In theory, the super high graphics should make the antique console go kablooey. He said-
Who says kablooey?
I like how you gave this guy a real serious voice, and you just have to go kablooey.
He sat there in silence
Cortana,
working.
make it go kablooey.
He sat there in silence working away at the device while the council stared at him in amazement. In a few moments, he was done. He was fighting the automatons on Malevolon Creek. Wow. That was all I could manage out of my mouth. The man stood up and walked to me, handing me the controller. "This thing should blow in a couple minutes." I stood closer to the console, admiring it. "This is amazing. Thank you." "Wow, I don't even know your name." He smiled. "That's all right. My name is Pates." That's when the sudden wave of heat and shrapnel flew all over us, throwing us to the ground. Part 5. Also, I know how you guys think of the story, but what do others think of it? Do people think it's good or low-key kind of cringe?
I mean, I don't know. You're asking the wrong people.
I mean, the random shot at Shane was just out of nowhere. I'll tell you that much.
Well, the first few episodes, I had to be nerfed a little bit. I was on a fucking tear. I was a badass serial killer. I needed to be nerfed somehow. I can't have it all.
I guess not. It won't let you have it all.
That was the hardest nerf I think I've ever
That was
seen.
It
intense.
was so unnecessary.
It was out of nowhere.
You hurt my feelings.
I would have been settled with just no women for some reason, and that would have just been fine. But no. But that was great. I mean, if anyone in the Discord thinks that this is cringe
Give
or
him
not,
feedback. I don't
then
think it's cringe.
I think it's great.
No, it's hilarious.
As I'm not even
fan.
I'm not even in it yet. That's the thing that's interesting to
James
me.
is.
That
James is my.
in it.
James is my bounty hunter.
Connor's
around
made
in
an
a-
appearance.
Yeah,
Connor's in the garage.
I was just a mention. That's it.
James is my bounty hunter. You're in the garage.
I'm somewhere.
You're a higher power.
Maybe I'm too busy.
You're a higher power or something.
I'm just out here.
I'm just waiting for you to just walk up to the door, open it, close it, and just walk
Well,
out.
he's going to take this conversation. He's going to implement you next week. Watch.
That's how influence works.
Yeah.
Anyway, are we ready to go on to the Q&A?
Sure, man.
Are you
Absolutely.
Sure? Are you sure you're ready?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm sure.
Hey there, Halo fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our friends right after these messages.
Dick Hammerbush Light asks, Connor, you know what to do. And if you've already done it, thank you.
That's so good. That's so good.
I heard the light. That threw me off.
Slapnuts. Had Bungie kept Halo, how different do you think the franchise would have turned out? That's a big question. I don't think it would have gone very well. Just being real. I don't
Look at Destiny.
Look at Destiny. Just that's all you gotta see for that. Slipstream19 asks, Shane, can you please explain to the class why you believe Shark was real?
I know. I didn't think it was real.
Connor said that he thought it was real.
What is wrong with you?
I don't remember.
I don't remember this either. I'm
Did
like,
you
where
say
is this
it?
coming from?
I said that the first time you showed me the video, I said,
me and Nate were quoting it, and you didn't know. And we sent you the TikTok, and we were like a whole month. We would just go at random points. Yeah. Like I never thought it was real. A shark doesn't make that noise.
I misunderstood the way you said it.
Was it you're doing?
Because I said, what is that? And you said it's a video of the shark, and he makes this sound.
I mean, he does, but it's not actually the shark.
So like I watched it and I was like, well, he didn't make that sound, but
No,
you know,
obviously not.
and I just ran with that in my brain.
A baby shark doesn't say yeah.
I just ran with that in my brain that Shane thought that was real.
No. Who do you think I am? No. Next question.
Debunked.
I'm getting harassed today.
You are. Ian the Don
an
asks,
accident.
Shane, why do you drive a
I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm literally going home. I'm actually gonna go home.
Why do you drive a Nissan Altima? I thought you were a Civic guy.
That James is a Civic guy. You uncultured.
Yeah, I'm a Civic guy.
Oh man, that's amazing. Finally, we're back on to Halo.
Shane.
I was gonna say, just, if I hear my name one more godforsaken time, I'm walking upstairs and I'm leaving.
Lactating Snake Nibbles asks, what line from any Halo game in the Halo series do you actually use on a daily basis and no one questions you on it?
I'm here to spiders.
Were it so easy. Okay, I was giving a real answer.
Don't worry, I got it.
That is a mod, unfortunately.
I know, but that's the only line I
Don't
actually
worry,
quote.
I've got it.
Were it so easy.
I don't know. I kind of just put
Word
it
so
into my
cheesy.
vernacular. Word so cheesy.
I use because it can be used in like multiple different contexts. I don't use it often, but when I the one I know I use more often than anything else is like whenever like I'm at like it is a very very particular situation. Just you're not like the beginning of Halo 3.
You're not.
Yeah, I use that every now and then.
Listen, the line I hear the most from you guys is, I know what the ladies like.
Oh, I know what the alien.
Apparently, I don't, according to my story.
I still have never heard a more brutal way of saying
That was
no.
no.
Lactating Atriox asks, have you guys played D&D, and which Halo character would be most likely a dice nerd?
I have not.
I have.
I've never played.
I played for like 20 minutes.
I have played a whole campaign, almost a whole campaign anyway, as well as numerous one-shots, and I enjoy it thoroughly. My favorite character I've ever made is a Kenku named Click. Every time that he mimics something, he goes, it's really funny. Dice nerd.
What even is that?
It's someone who really likes dice, tabletop games.
Okay.
Dr. Glassman, final answer. Rogue Ninja, Council of Patreon Names asks, do you guys think Halo should enact a clan type system like in Destiny 2 and Warframe? I'd be happy to expand on those systems to help the answer better. You don't need to, because Halo was doing clans before it was even an official system. Yes, they should put them in because that would just be cool. Spartan companies were a good idea. They just were a good idea. Don't know why. It's one of the many things that's just like, why'd you get rid of it? We're supposed to be moving forward, not backward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's just take something out that just unites the community. Just, we don't need it.
And in their case, it's usually just, let's take this thing that's been in Halo since its inception and has been iterated upon multiple times and just get rid of it.
We don't need community interaction.
Let's make Halo Infinite the loneliest Halo experience to date.
Dear pesky plumbers. Lactating Snake Nipples asks, so what do we think of the Halo is coming to PlayStation rumors? We've talked about this a couple times, and I hope it never happens. Much to the chagrin of a couple people in the server, apparently. My bad, but also not my problem.
Well, it may be.
What, at some point?
Yeah.
For what?
If it happens.
Well, if it happens, it will be my problem. But for now, it's not, and I'm going to let it stay that way for as long as it possibly can. I don't get it. I won't understand it. If Microsoft is like, well, we need the number boost, it's like, you'll enjoy the boost, and then it's going to go right back down in the toilet. Because if you can't get your own guys to play it, why would you think that you can get a whole different... Anyway, yes, Connor?
I was going to say, oh, you want a boost? Why not just make a new game
And make it good! This is...
Next. Before
Can you tell we're starting to get bitter? We try not to be
I've
bitter.
been bitter.
Yet another freaking year is all I'm saying. C-Man JumperScape, he's doing a tournament soon, and it's going to be live streamed. He's going to be wearing our logo. It's going to be sick. Our logo is on his axe. It's awesome. What? Yeah, he's an axe thrower.
I need a picture.
They are there. They are there.
Oh.
Asks, what modern day cars do y'all think RB and Chief would drive? I'm sure the Chief would be a matte green Ford Ranger. Arbiter, probably something more flashy. That's gonna be you, Connor.
I want to say, I don't know, something like super futuristic looking for the Arbiter.
I could see him driving a Koenigsegg Jesko that is purple and white.
I wish I knew what that meant.
I know what it is. It's a
I
cool
also-
car.
I only know because that's Connor was when I played Forza with Connor a few times. He was driving a Koenigsegg. I know what it is.
They're possibly my favorite cars ever to exist.
I thought we were gonna go more like within reach of like your average consumer.
Arbiter would be swimming in it. He'd be fine.
You're right. He
I-
would be royalty.
I can see Master Chief driving the biggest, douchiest looking Hummer I've ever seen in my life.
and drinking White
A
Monster.
Hummer, 100, like a big ass Hummer
I
with
was-
like
double wide.
yes,
Yeah.
oh absolutely.
Chief would definitely act like a nom vet,
I would say I could see
like a bald bald guy.
I would let him do it too.
Oh no, yeah, he's earned it.
Yes.
They've all earned it. Don't get me wrong. That was not a dig.
say,
I love nom vets.
I was gonna say I could see Chief in like a lifted, heavy duty GMC Denali pickup truck. That's yeah.
He would probably go Toyota.
Toyota.
I think he would go
I
Toyota.
don't know. Toyotas aren't that big as far as trucks go.
They're not that big, but they're reliable. So you got to go for the trucks that those that are off fighting in actual deserts are buying.
All right, how about this? How about this? The older Fords,
Okay, maybe
absolutely reliable. Seven,
really, really old because like Ford has not been reliable for a while there.
Yeah, I'm talking like the 7.3 diesel era,
Okay.
the golden era of Ford.
Next question is from Captain Farco, UNSC Walk Softly. Hard question to word properly, but here we go. Halo's multiplayer maps have a long history of implied lore and ambient storytelling, especially in the Bungie era. Which map most caught your attention and intrigued you / piqued your curiosity in terms of the unspoken story? That
Sandtrap.
is genuinely a great question, Sandtrap. Yeah.
I just remember wandering around being like, "What's going on here?"
Where am I? For me, the one that has caught my attention the most post being a child. When I was a child, Sandbox was just like, what is going on? Why are there laser beams hitting me from these towers when I go out of bounds? Haven from Halo 4. Haven still is really... Thank you, James.
That was beautiful.
How about you guys? You.
What's the question? I'm sorry.
Hard question to word properly, but here we go.
What's your favorite?
Halo's multiplayer maps have a long history of implied lore and ambient storytelling. Which of the map of most caught your attention, intrigued you / piqued your curiosity in terms of the unspoken story?
Probably Valhalla.
Valhalla.
I don't know if there's like a story or any kind of lore with this map because I don't know any of the lore. on
All of them have a
multiplayer.
story.
Oh, let's go with the one Halo map with the big spinning wheel.
Zanzibar.
Zanzibar.
Zanzibar, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know why that's there.
I
It's
don't
a
know
factory of some kind.
I don't
Yeah.
know, but there's a big wheel. That's all I need.
Well, it's a wind turbine, probably.
It's a windmill.
to power the factory.
I was to say that's a very low wheel to be a wind turbine.
Okay,
All right.
well, maybe
What do
five
I-
regular turbines.
Five
say,
more
what
to
do I
go.
know?
5 more to go. Face McShooty asks, in Halo 2, when talking about the Scarab being unbeatable, Sergeant Johnson says, we've all run the simulations. What are those simulations that they ran? Fighting the Scarab?
Scarab simulations.
Yeah, bro, with the Scarab simulations, don't you know?
See, I'm just gonna-
Spartan War Games on the Infinity.
Oh gosh. C-Man is back asking moral dilemma. There's a button that will end the suffering of all the world. All suffering would simply cease to exist, creating the perfect utopia, but there's a 5% chance if you push it, the whole of humanity will suffer unimaginably for the rest of eternity. Do you push it? No.
5%. Yeah, I'm pushing it. That's a small chance.
No.
I'll push it.
I'll push it.
Dang.
I don't think I'm pushing it.
I'm not pushing that.
I'm not having
Push
that on
it.
my conscience.
Push it
real good.
Yeah, but okay. Maybe this is like a personality test. It's like 95% chance you can be like the ultimate altruist.
I think if things are perfect, there's no point in humanity ever changing ever again. You will never get anything new.
Yeah, because it's perfect.
And that sounds terrible to me.
You wouldn't know it.
I
'cause
wouldn't.
It's perfect.
And I would hate it. I wouldn't have a good time because I would
Honestly,
I would be conscious of the fact that it's
Smile.
perfect.
honestly,
See, you saying that is not making that sound any better.
Okay, well, if we're getting deep in philosophical, wouldn't that mean heaven is not some place you want to go?
Not necessarily, no. And I'm like not in that same way. There's a different. That's a much more deep theological thing to that because that's a goal. That is a place we're working towards.
Well, it took a lot of work to push that button. Okay?
It's a different sort. It's a different thing. It's a different entity. It's very long conversation.
Honestly, if I heard there's like a 5% chance of something bad happening, I'm not even finishing the sentence. I'm just pushing the button. Yeah, there's a 5% chance. I was really hoping my finger would make a noise, but it did.
Yeah. Lactating Snake Nipples asks, are any of you ever planning to go to Brisbane Supernova? It's in Australia, by the way. Would love to see you there.
I can have a Brisbane Caesar salad at Outback Steakhouse.
The thought of traveling there has not once crossed my mind since I gained consciousness when I was a child.
If Containment Media is able to fly out JumperScape.
But I would not be opposed to going. I want to travel a little bit more, so I would not be opposed.
I won't stay long. I don't want to see the bugs.
I don't. If I see a spider the size of my size 12 fucking foot, so help me God,
Hey.
I will lose my mind.
I will tell you one thing. We are stopping at the Steve Irwin Zoo. I don't know what it's called, but we're stopping
Probably
at
the Steve Irwin Zoo.
At the Steve Irwin Zoo.
I would like to go to I'd like to go to this. I forget what it's called.
We could go there and go eat at an Outback Steakhouse.
They don't exist.
I know isn't that like an American only thing?
Pretty sure.
I would like to go to 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney, personally.
Get it?
Isn't that a Nemo thing?
It's the Opera
Thank you,
House.
Connor.
You know, the Opera House was voted one of the most overrated tourist attractions in
Yikes.
the world.
It looks cool in pictures.
Next, we have two more to go. Connor's Big Booty Brute asks, if Halsey's the mother of the Spartan Project, who would you say is the daddy? Who is the daddy of the Spartan Project?
I'm just gonna say Johnson.
Mendez?
I say Mendez.
I'd say Mendez.
Because he's great. I love Mendez.
I'm saying Johnson. I want Johnson to be my Spartan daddy.
He's not your Spartan daddy. God.
I want it.
Shane?
He knows what the ladies like.
Mendez.
He knows. Anyway, next question is
Who
from
is he?
Kyle.
Isn't he from like a book? I forget what book he's in.
What's his role?
I don't know.
And that's why I didn't say Menendez.
Shane, quick, say that he trained them.
He trained them.
That's right. That's right, Shane.
I know he's done Spartan stuff in the past, so
The
I
name was
agreed.
familiar.
Shane, why'd
Yes.
you whisper it like you didn't know what you were talking about?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
He's
Allegedly.
basically their drill instructor.
Last question from Kyle. By the way, there's a hidden message in this one, so we're going to have to take note of this
Oh
one.
Lord.
But it's just normal. It's just there's numbers after every single word, basically. How do you feel about Halo having taken the what I would call cliche route of AI becomes evil? I was never a fan of Cortana coming back to life, period. Because I was so attached. I was already like, I had wept. I had already let out my feelings. And then Halo 5 comes around and it's just like, nope, I wasn't in that tank.
I will say, at least it became. At least they did it before the new wave of AI becoming evil.
Yeah, and it would have been something interesting until Halo Infinite completely stomped on that, and now you never even get to see it.
Yeah.
Halo 5 was just pointless. It's so pointless. Oh, man. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening today. If you want to support us directly, go to patreon.com/JumperScape. If you want to greenlight a show, ko-fi.com/JumperScape. If you want to join the Discord, it would be discord.gg/JumperScape. If you want to just check out our website and see what's going on around there, especially when the merch drops eventually, that'll be JumperScape.com. So thank you guys so much for joining us this week. As per usual, leaving reviews, leaving comments, leaving everything like that will be here on the community episode pretty much every time. If you want to join in on the conversations, we're always hanging out in Discord. We'd like to hang out and have some good times with those around there. Next week, we're going to be going back to Combat Evolved, like I said, talking about specific pieces of lore attached to that, getting started on the second half of this season. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I'm sure that we will. And otherwise, we will see you guys next week.
Goodbye.
See ya.
The library was produced and published by JumperScape Audio. Funding was provided by our fantastic patrons on Patreon. If you enjoy the show and wish to support JumperScape's future projects or get some sweet benefits, join our Patreon at patreon.com/JumperScape or become part of this truly special community at discord.gg/JumperScape. Thank you for your listenership, and we hope you enjoyed.